Hello, everybody. It's Marie.
Hi, Marie.
How you doing?
I'm good. Nice to hear your voice. Good to see you. There you are.
Good to see you too. And I want to thank you again for putting us in touch with the what is it called? The Standish Law Firm.
Yes.
He's going to bring the stuff to the meeting next Thursday, and we'll be able to give it to the teachers. But we really appreciate you doing that for us.
That's great, Marie. I'm really grateful that those two lines got connected. That's what happens in Rotary, right? We just
that's putting us out there, you know, because people don't know about us naturally, but that's putting us out there. And the team we have is really a great team, and I'm very excited about it. The people on the team are really working very hard, so it's panning out. It's panning out. But thank you again.
Hey, you're welcome. Yeah.
Okay, it was
we
great.
could help.
It was really great. How you doing, Renee? Oh, he's not on yet. Jason?
I'm here. I'm well.
How you doing?
Thanks for asking.
That's good. How's your beautiful babe? How are your beautiful babies? Hi, Jason.
How's it going, guys?
Good. Good. Very good.
They were 21 months old on Saturday. So they're
Oh my God, they'll be 2 years old before you know it.
no kidding. That's unbelievable.
The terrible twos, and you're gonna have double trouble.
Yeah. You know, on one aspect of it, I think it makes it easier, knock on wood, when they go to sleep, because we put them to sleep at the same time and they don't seem to cry all night because they immediately turn to each other and start babbling at each other for the next 30 minutes. So it helps.
Are they in the same crib?
No, separate cribs. They're like right next to each other.
Yeah. I guess we have to go on mute. It looks like he's gonna start talking.
Yeah, maybe.
I needed the shelter of someone's arms. There you
Jason, can you hear us in the room? Just give me a thumbs up.
Yep.
How are you, Russ?
I'm doing good. Good to see you, Tom.
Yeah, thank you.
And the rest of our Facebook Rotary guy team. Good to see you guys too.
Hi, Russ. Hi, Marie.
That's nice to see
Hi,
you.
Dad.
You know, I only realized you two were related like 2 weeks ago. It's only because you had Crub in the middle name of your description in Zoom that I thought, wait a minute,
Yeah.
I'm very observant.
Well, no, I mean, I don't think a lot of people knew. And then I only have Probe in there because in California, I never changed my name for the California State Bar.
Okay.
So when I practice there, I go by Probe. And then when I practice here, I go by Muldowney. So when I'm doing anything online, I just put both in there.
Yeah. Just save for convenience. Great. Well,
Yeah.
so that yeah, felt like, wow, I really need to spend more time at Rotary. That seemed like an obvious one I missed. So I'm glad to hear that it wasn't there the entire time. I even went through, I have the directory right next to me. So I think it was 2 weeks ago when I finally realized it. I'm like looking through, like, wait.
Yeah, it's not in the roster. So and my sponsor, she moved out, but she didn't even know either. And then when we were doing my interview and I kept saying dad, she was like, who's your dad?
This is nice. It's almost a guarantee. You definitely catch up at least once a week, no matter how busy you get.
Yeah, try to.
It's hard.
Yeah, we haven't seen her for a few weeks. Yeah.
I know, COVID positive. Hopefully our tests today show negative and then we can all get together again.
How are your kids? They all come out fully recovered almost, Melanie?
Yeah, for the most part. You know, McKenna says she has like, she just doesn't feel the same. But I think that's kind of normal for most COVID people, is that, you know, it takes a couple of months to get back to where things were. But they
Glad
were
they're-
fun.
Glad they're out of the woods.
Right. Yeah. No hospitals or doctor. We went to doctors, but that was for her stomach issues. That noise. Oh, John.
John? Yo, John? Where did he go? There, he shut it off. Okay. John, shut your mic off.
Usually you have to see my mom to realize that we're related.
Oh, I saw it. I looked at both pictures and it's like, okay, I can see it. I'm no facial recognition algorithm, but
Yeah, my brother looks a lot more like my dad, and then I look more like my mom.
Yeah, you do, Melanie. You do.
Testing.
Especially the smile. You have the same smile. Yep.
You have your microphone. For the kind words. Oh,
I mean it.
you got it. All right, thanks.
Okay, this is the one that we're gonna give back.
Got
After
it.
you give it.
And he knows it. I should turn off my phone. What do you think? Aaron, you want to join us? Antoinette? 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 Welcome to the Las Vegas Rotary Club, the greatest Rotary Club in the world. In this club, love abounds and service is our mission. We appreciate the privilege to gather together in fellowship. We have many guests today. We welcome you. We hope we'll do introductions in just a moment. We're going to start our meeting with an invocation, and it will be followed by a song that's led by the invocation by Anthony Barnes, and the song by Carrie Groves. Where's Carrie? There she is. I'm looking for her over there, and she's not there. Great. Come on up, Carrie. Come on up, Carrie.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Excited to be here with you as we celebrate love. And for the invocation today, I had to think really hard about what could we do to express love that fits into our four-way test. And I thought about what we do in the Salvation Army in a way that we engage with the people that we have the privilege of meeting. And we learn to love them in three ways. Hopefully you'll remember these ways and try to love others in this way as well. The first is unconditionally, that they don't have to earn that from us. Just by the very nature of who they are, and that we are all family, that we can love them unconditionally. The second is sacrificially, that we have to be willing to give up something when we love. We make something vulnerable within us, and we accept the vulnerabilities within them, and we love them sacrificially. And finally, we love them redemptively, where we do our best to redeem the person in front of us, to remind them of their value and dignity. We don't provide that for them because that already came with them, something that God had given them. But sometimes we have to remind people of their dignity. And by doing that, we redeem that. So 3 loves: unconditional, sacrificial, and redemptive. Hopefully we can learn to love one another in this room, in our communities, and even those who have not traditionally been loved, and to show them that kind of love as well. Bow your heads with me. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this opportunity, and we thank you for the love that you've shown us. And by extension, we get to show that to others. May you remind us of that, not just in this time of the year, but every day. Thank you for our families. Thank you for the love that we get to share amongst one another, even as a club, and how that extends out into the community. We thank you, and we ask that that privilege would remain ours always. In your name we pray. Amen. And thank you.
So today we're going to have singing a song. We're going to have the words up on here. How sweet it is to be loved by you.
Sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. I needed the shelter of someone's arms. There you were. Needed someone to understand my ups and downs. There you were, with sweet love and devotion, deeply touching my emotion. I want to stop. Thank you, baby. I want to stop. Thank you, baby. Yes, I do. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Feels so fine. How sweet it is to be loved by you. I close my eyes at night, wondering where would I be without you.
Does anyone else have sound?
No, we don't. We can't.
No,
Okay.
no
I
sound.
just wanted to be sure that was just not only me.
Judas Priest. He should stop speaking. Can't hear you. You're just.
All right, I have my sweetheart and best friend, Kathleen Pally. We're proud to have Peter Perdico with us, the entire program in New York City, living good life. I have my Valentine with me, Mary Cohn. It's going to be fun to listen to all these ads.
I brought my husband's 20th anniversary yesterday.
Okay, guests who are carrying this table I have, my lovely bride, Robin. And who else? Mama Bosnia is what this is carrying. Fine. Yes, your window. Everybody else does. I'm Don Novotny from Las Vegas.
Not often that you can introduce your first love and your current love at the same time. So I'd like to introduce my first love, my parents, George and Ina Gordon, and then my current love, my wife and I.
Thank you very much. Welcome, welcome. Front table here.
Today I have Ivy with me. Last time she was here, Ivy we missed me. 2 weeks ago, we got married, Ivy Williams.
Hey! Welcome, welcome. Arlene, you
This is my favorite person in the whole wide world. I've been married for 25 years. Get to know him because he's kind and he's my whole diamond.
I guess it's a contest. She's reminding me we're married 52 years. I'm here with my wife, Harriet, two longest strangers.
So I get to be here today with my lovely wife of 18 years, Lisa, and she's an amazing person, but many people know that already. So I will.
And I have my gorgeous sexy girlfriend.
Girlfriend with a
Hello?
21 years, Sandy Jones.
Great.
Yeah.
Brought my much better half and soon
Yes, that's it. Okay.
Raina.
Okay.
Welcome, welcome.
I brought my girlfriend Lindsay with me today.
Welcome,
Your
welcome.
father's ass.
Any more at the back table there? We have a few more. Michael, who'd you bring today?
John, can you hear me?
Brought my homegirl and better three-quarters,
John,
Amy, same last name as mine.
Hello, I brought my beautiful wife, Brittany.
Hi, I brought my husband of 23 years, Terrence.
Hi, Terrence. Welcome, Terrence.
I and my friends and Rotary that I love so much. I want to introduce the love of my life and the soulmate of eternity, my wife.
All right, it looks like I got the last one here. I'd like to introduce Tony. He's from the East Coast. He's out here to make sure we all do things correctly. He might have a couple suggestions for you. And by the way, there's no connection to the Sweethearts lunch.
Yeah. So, everybody, let's all welcome our guests with a warm round of applause. Okay, so, Mr. Tucker, the show is on. It's the Super Bowl this weekend. And that means it's time for our annual Super Bowl board and raffle. So with that, they're getting their technology up to speed. Sorry to warn them. But we have a drawing, basically where we put money into a pot, gold, the score of the Super Bowl, Mr. Tucker. Yeah. So we have one winner, and the winner will win. Technology.
Mike?
Yes.
Marie.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Mike?
could.
John, shut your phone off. Mike, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Marie. How are you?
There's no audio, Mike.
Not at the moment. It'll come back on as soon as they plug in. They're using the randomizer to come up with our Super Bowl board for the win. And we're going to take a picture of that. And this will announce the winners next Thursday. Got it. There we go. Okay. All right. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Jim. We're plugging the technology back in so they can hear. Okay. Jamie, I think you have a presentation to make. Is that correct?
This is ridiculous.
Marie, we're coming back. Someone call Marie. Let her know that we know what's going on. You're going to call Anthony up?
Marie, how do I get off of this?
Just, first of all, turn your mic off.
Oh, I put it on to talk.
It's all right, but turn it off now.
We have mobile.
And just X out, John.
There's a little glitch from time to time, but hopefully we'll get them all connected.
The top of the page is an X out.
Club and District 5300, we would like to present you a check of $2,676.95 for our Valentine's Day cancer drive.
John, Xanthemia, X out at the top of the page.
You guys are too good to us, definitely better than we deserve, and we thank you. Thank you for your generosity, but also just for partnering with us in serving the community in a way that's meaningful, in a way that reminds them again of their dignity, and in a way that's so loving. Thank you very much, everyone.
Okay, Bobbin. Antoinette, make your way over to Bobbin. He's got an announcement, 25 Club announcement. Trying to help Bobbin find a significant other. To all of you guests, keep that in mind.
What was that?
We're trying to help you find a significant other.
Yeah.
So all of our guests, keep that handsome gentleman in mind. He runs
Well,
marathons.
yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
That's my 25 Club announcement. Our
Okay, got it.
next fundraiser is to find me a significant other. So,
No, how's the 25 Club doing?
we're doing great. We had a great event last week at Antoinette's house. Night, and we actually got to hear a great presentation from President Mike. And I'm telling you, President Mike, I'm still getting messages. Actually, I was on the phone with Barbara today too, who couldn't stop raving about your message that you delivered to us that evening. So be on the lookout for details for our next event. It's going to be on the first Thursday of March. I will have the location and the whole setup for what we're going to be doing on that event by next week.
Great. Hey, thank you very much, and thank you for the kind words.
Thank you.
Okay. Renee Gamero, I think you have a presentation. I don't know if you can.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me okay? Wonderful. Well, yes, I'm very excited about next week on Thursday. We have 4 students confirmed from 3 different high schools, Clark, Gorman, and Arborview, who will be here for a 4-way speech contest. With them is going to be a vice principal, parents, and a grandparent also. So we're all just very excited. Thank you to Rose, Sean, Susan, all who have helped to put this together. And that's coming up in just a weekend. And the week after that, Judith, who's here, if you'd like to comment in, we have at least 3 reserved already. From what I saw in the admissions, we have a violin and a piano. We have an exciting program for the 24th. So the next 2 weeks will be very exciting, full of students participating here live.
Great. Thank you very much, Renee. Marie Walsh, you have an announcement for us as well. Marie?
Yes, I do. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Reading week is going to be from February the 28th through March the 4th. And 3 schools, Beckley, Deering, and Long. You've got an email from Sean as to how to sign up for Reading Week. And if you do not know how to sign up, or you want to sign up for another school, you can call me and I can give you the information. But we need all the Rotary readers we can get. And thank you all for those who have signed up.
Great. Hey, thank you very much, Marie, for that report. For our guests, just so that you're aware, we've identified 6 schools in the Valley that we support in various ways, from providing shoes and socks and clothing. We read to the children there. We've other committees have helped do plantings of trees and support educational programs related to agriculture. So we're doing a number of things with our local schools, and this is just one other example that Marie and the whole education committee, led by so many different people here, but we're grateful for what you do there. Okay, on March 27th, you'll find in your programs an announcement for our foundation dinner. This is a district foundation dinner that Governor Barry, you're hosting. Is that right? On March 27th. Put that on your calendar, Sunday, March 27th at the Red Rock Country Club. And information's in your program. And it'll also be continuing in our programs for a while until then. Tony Kern, Green Our Planet.
We've only had a few people added to the list since the last meeting. So we want to get as many people as we can to volunteer for at least one of the 2 events we have on April 8th. It's the pop-up dinner. So we will be helping with setup in the morning that day. and helping man some desks, tables with auction items and entering guests, which will be at an amazing location. Still can't tell you yet. And on the 22nd of April, Earth Day, the giant farmers market. It's going to be great fun. I'm working with Bill Houghton right now to see if we can get some T-shirts for the volunteers. They'll be green, but we will be helping the students set up, and we will have a Rotary table. So we need somebody to man that. So sign up.
Okay, thank you very much. With that, Michael, are you ready? We have Michael Kudiamat heads up, is one of our board of directors and heads up giving the awards related to Paul Harris Fellowship. And so I'm going to turn the time over to Michael.
We just want to know, let the governor know that almost every week we've been handing out Paul Harris Fellow, and also Tom beat us. So today we're going to award a Paul Harris Fellow initial to Nancy Anderson, please.
With that, we're going to break for fellowship with the table, and I'll come back to introduce the latter part of our program in about 10 minutes.
Yeah. E che è successo? How, what do you mean my speaker's on? I turned it. No. There, okay, it says mute.
Okay, you're thinking, Mr. President, he doesn't know how to keep time. Well, our speaker said she's prepared 10 minutes of speaking, and I could either have her go or let us have a little fellowship for a moment. So I thought I'd do that. We're still going to get out early. Thank you very much. Okay, so we have a raffle. And so this is for the pot. The pot today what does the pot say it's at? 1,100, is it? $1,030. Half of that will go to the foundation. The other half will go to you if you have this number, and with this number, you get the right to draw for the joker. If you get the joker, you win the $515. If you get an ace, you get $50. And that may come next week because our treasurer's not here. And if you get anything else, you get the privilege of tearing up the card and making the odds better for next week. And you get $10 in consolation. So will the person that has ticket that ends in 2644, 2644, she is so lucky. But it does help that you buy, what, $100 every week? No. Okay, Mr. Tucker, we're going to come with you. Here's $10. Thank you very much as your consolation. Now we have $50 in Lowry's gift cards. And the winner of that ticket, it's a different color ticket. So, okay. I should wear glasses. This is smaller lettering. I can't see. 9999. No, just kidding. Okay, 8036. 8036. Winner. Ivy. Yay. Okay, thank you. Our speaker today is a great public servant. Betsy Berry, more formally known as Elizabeth Betsy McDonough Berry, is our current District 5300 district governor serving Southern California and Southern Nevada. She joined the Rotary Club of Upland in 2005. So in 17 years, you can all be district governors. No? Yes? We need good people. She's the one that came up with the idea of our Valentine's canned food drive. She's an attorney by trade. She's going to share her thoughts with us as district governor. Please help me welcome Betsy Berry.
I have an award, so beware of district governors bearing gifts. The cost. The Rotary Club of Las Vegas, we present to you an award for your financial support for the End Polio campaign. Well, thank you all for having me. Does this come off? I feel trapped when I'm behind a podium, so I have to kind of like move around a little bit more. I thank you all for having me today. When I come over to the Las Vegas side, I feel the greatest welcome
I just feel the exuding of love that you all have for Rotary and your dedication to Rotary and your projects. It's very moving. And one thing I did learn, I stopped at the Boulder City clubs and I walked in and all the Rotarians were laughing and talking at the bar. So I said, oh, I know I'm in the right room here. So a little bit more about me. Yes, I'm a lawyer. I went to Upland High School, went to Cal Poly Pomona, majored in political science with a minor in business. Then from there, went on to law school at Western State. As I was wrapping up law school, there was a vacancy on the Upland City Council, and I must have had a lapse in sanity at the moment where I thought to myself, I am trained in political science. I am going to be a lawyer. Therefore, I can be a city council person. That wasn't my brightest move. But I did apply, and I did get appointed and subsequently reelected, and then became mayor pro tem. My family, we live in Yorba Linda. We have a 13-year-old daughter, and I've quickly learned that that's why God made wine and Clairol. So, but she's a good kid. She's finishing 8th grade, advanced math, advanced literature. She's going to go to Santa Margarita Catholic High School and on the AP track. So she's a good kid, very proud of her. My husband's also a lawyer. We practice together, Barry and Barry in Upland. We do mainly estate planning, real property, contract law. My husband's brave enough to do family law. I am not. It's just like, no, I'm not cut out for that. Like I said, I have been in Rotary for 16 years. I've held every office from director through president. I did learn that when you're president, everybody loves you. They're like, oh, president, what can I do for you? But when you're treasurer, they run away from you. They want nothing to do with you. So this year's theme is Serve to Change Lives. And I think this is one of the very best themes that we've ever had, because it really encapsulates what we already do. We already serve to change lives. We're going to continue to serve lives, serve to change lives. And it's just intrinsic in what we do. So I thought this one was one of the very best that we have ever seen, because it just resonates who we are as Rotarians. So why, I know you're thinking this, why would somebody who seems sane actually want to be a district governor? So I estimate that on an annual basis in District 5300 alone, we donate $2 million a year, whether it's in money or in volunteer hours. Yet a lot of people still don't know who we are. And that's why I came up with the idea of the Valentine's Day canned food drive as a united project for all of District 5300. So that would be 60 or so clubs, all benefiting 60 food banks or charitable organizations. I asked a partner of mine, one of my classmates from District 5330, to partner with us. So now we're up to over 100 Rotary clubs participating in the program. So we will be covering areas from Los Angeles, San Bernardino County, Riverside County, and here in the Las Vegas area. All the clubs making their distributions on Valentine's Day at 2 p.m. You know, there's a little pun there too, Valentine's Day. The thought behind part of it is, number one, obviously, it's the selfish side of me as governor. I want to raise awareness of Rotary, and this is going to do it. We have got the press releases out. People are beginning to get really excited about our program. Some of the clubs are doing a tremendous job and have really gone the extra mile to find food and food banks. For example, our San Dimas Club is sending 4 tons of food to Camp Pendleton for our Marines and their families. My club actually stepped up to the plate yesterday. Of course, it's all last minute with Rotary. They're going to, they provided us with $11,000 to stock the food pantry in Upland. So a lot of clubs have really just gone the extra mile to, help those in need, because that's what we do as Rotarians. We are there to help. The press releases, like I said, are going out. So it's just, when we get the press, it's just saying, this is just the tip of the iceberg of what we as Rotarians do. And the other aspect, of course, is many food banks do report that after Thanksgiving and Christmas, that the contributions to the food banks drop a bit. So this is our way of showing that we love our communities and we're here to help and help how we can. So I got to thinking then, what could I talk about that wouldn't be boring and, have you all asking the waiters for more coffee or espresso? And my mind settled actually more on the four-way test. Why is that test still relevant today? We often hear, oh, you do you, and I'll do me, and we'll be happy. So if that's the mentality, then why is a four-way test still such an integral part of our lives? Then I went back and looked more at the history of the test. Actually, it was penned for the Club Aluminum Products Company in 1932. It was not written for Rotary. This company was at the brink of bankruptcy. They called in Herbert Taylor and said, you either fix it or it's done. So he scrapped everything, the way they communicated with their customers, how they communicated with each other. And he gave them all the four-way test from the lowest to the highest, so that every step that was taken in that company had to pass the four-way test. Within 2 years, he turned that company around to make a $2 million profit. That's $1932. That was quite an achievement. Then by 1945, Rotary International actually adopted it as our test. Herbert Taylor, you can probably already guess, parenthetically, yes, he was a Rotarian. And then in the mid-1950s, he eventually became the RI president. So getting back to why is the four-way test still relevant, and why does it still resonate with us? And I think one of the key things is when you look at the test itself, it's written in question form, which I think is actually a brilliant stroke. Because if I tell you, always be truthful, you're going to say, well, that's nice. You're not really going to react to me. But if I ask you, is it the truth? I've put you on the spot a bit. Because you're going to say, well, yes, no, maybe, can I phone a friend? Something like that. It's asked you, it's putting you on the spot, so to speak. So then when you run through the whole test, if you're doing that, if you have to answer the question internally as a yes, then before you speak, you know that you're on solid ground. So the test actually asks us to internalize what we're doing before we project outward. Another, example to apply this is if you asked me for a glass of water or something, I would definitely give it to you. But we as Rotarians, because we've been called to a higher standard in the four-way test, we'll do much more than that. We'll dig you a well, we'll give you sanitation, and the same thing for food. You need food, we're going to give you not just a meal, we're going to give you a lot more, or the ability to provide your own food so that you have your own independence. And of course, the outstanding example of it is the end polio. Right now, we only have 4 active cases of polio in the world. That is absolutely amazing. So we really are 5 to 10 years away from the eradication of polio, which Rotary takes the credit for that. So thank you for all of that. When you were asked to join Rotary, obviously somebody saw in you that you embodied the four-way test and you were asked to become a Rotarian. Somebody looked at you and said, I think that person lives by the four-way test. They don't know it yet. They haven't recited it yet, but they live it. You can just tell by the look of them and the way they conduct themselves, the way they speak. So remember that each of you was asked to become a Rotarian. But when you ask somebody and the first time they tell you no, keep after them. Absolutely keep after them. I am like that poster child of keep after them. When I was asked to join Rotary, my answer was no. And it wasn't because I had anything against Rotary at all. It was that in high school, I was in the S Club, which was a equivalent of Soroptimists. Then in college, I was in sorority. Then, as I said, I had 7 years on the Upland City Council, where I became mayor pro tem. Then I went through the whole process of going to the Western San Bernardino County Bar Association before I became president of that. So then when my sponsor was asking me, do you want to become a Rotarian? My answer was, no, stay away from me. I am done. But what brought me back and brought me into Rotary was that I attended socials. And I realized I knew everybody in the room. They were my friends. So, you think of that old show, Cheers, where everybody knows your name. That was me, and that's why I joined. I didn't join because of the meetings and the lunches. I honestly didn't do that. And I think had I been brought in that way, I would not have stayed. I would not have even considered it. But it was through the socials that I joined. And then I became a member of Rotary. And I was that one that sat in the back. I was really good at, still at that time, was saying no. So anytime anybody asked me, if you want to participate in this, do you want to be on this committee? I had the fastest no in town. I was like, no, I'm just here. I'm just here paying my dues. I'm sitting back here as a member. You are not going to suck me into this. So I did that for several years, actually. And then there was one project that our club does. We sponsor 100 kids with $100 to go shopping at Target for Christmas presents. And I had 2 kids with me, a brother and sister duo. They were the cutest things. I was the adult delinquent in the store. The kids were very well behaved. And we shopped and we shopped and we had a great time. It was a lot of fun. And we're checking out and they had all their presents. They're smiling. They're so happy. And I asked the little girl, I said, who brought you here? And she says, my dad. So I took the kids over to make sure that, they went back with their dad, being responsible. And I never will forget this man. He was easily 6'4", bald, shaved head, tattoos everywhere, muscles on top of muscles. And that man looked at me. He had tears rolling down his face. And he said, if it wasn't for you, my kids wouldn't have a Christmas this year. And it was at that moment that I became a Rotarian. All my no answers became yes, and they were glad yeses, and I was very, very glad to serve. So getting back to our 4-way test, I have to wonder sometimes if there could be a 5th question. Will it serve to change lives and me? So thank you very much, and I appreciate you having me here today.
Stay up here just for a moment. Okay. Well, we knew you were going to talk about the 4-way test, so we're going to give you a 4-way test coin. You've probably seen a few of these. So this is awesome. And in your name, we are donating shoes to children at one of the schools, and we call this Soul Power Award, SOLE, the Soul Power Award for our shoe donation program. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. We hope you have a fabulous Super Bowl and all of you win our board, our donation there. We also hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day on Monday. And our program next week is the 4-way speech contest, the high school 4-way speech contest. We'll see you next Thursday. Thank you very much. Meeting adjourned.
Bye, everyone. See you next week.
Goodbye, everyone.